Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great, and I hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was wonderful. On Saturday evening, I got to see my oldest, Rowland, graduate high school. She's officially a high school graduate, got her diploma, walked the stage, did all that sort of stuff, and it was a really nice ceremony. She graduated with honors, which means she had a GPA over 3.0, and she had a thespian patch and thespian cord. So she had two cords and a patch, graduated with honors, and it was really nice. It was a really good ceremony. We did it outside, which was different for me. My high school, when I graduated, we went to the local college, Fairmont State College, which is just like right up the road from the high school, and we did it in their auditorium. And my nephews did also when they graduated, which was 8 or 9 years ago. So at some point they decided let's do it outside at the stadium, and it was a really nice night for it. It was like 70 degrees, beautiful weather, and the stadium's cool. It's a cool old stadium. It needs refurbished, but the stadium and the high school were kind of built around the same time. And the high school, I think I've shown it before, I'll try to put some pictures in, is a very, very cool, in my opinion. I loved that school because it looks like a Victorian Tudor, not Victorian mansion slash castle. Like it's a stone structure, stone walls all around. It has outbuildings you have to walk to, so it's kind of like being on a on a college campus, marbled floors. Like it's an old ass building. It's a really cool old school. And the stadium was built around that same time. So it's a big stone stadium, football track. There's a pool. And it was packed. Her graduating class was 178. And that place, I've never seen it packed, even when I was, when we played football games there and I was in the band, I never saw it that busy. It was jam packed with people. So that was really cool. It was a really beautiful experience for everybody, I think. So she's a graduate. She's going to go on to bigger and better things. She will be attending West Liberty University in the fall, which is it's a liberal arts school. They have plenty of other programs, but they are a liberal arts college, and it's north of us, like an hour and 20 minutes north or so. It's pretty close to like Pittsburgh. If you think, I'm an hour and a half south of Pittsburgh. It's kind of north that way, about a half hour from Pittsburgh. And she got a scholarship there. She's got a few grants and other scholarships that she earned for her SATs and all that stuff. And she's committed to going there. So she got to meet the theater director. He helped critique their troops' state's performance, and so she got to know him and likes him a lot. And they do a lot of performances. So she's really excited about that opportunity. And I think it's going to be an awesome experience for her. Not only does she get to have the default here is to go to Fairmont State because it's right there. Like, it's a college town. Let's go there. Let's go to WVU. She wanted to kind of get away, so she's getting away, but she's not away. You know what I mean? Like, M has family up there, so they can help out if something goes wrong or whatever. And so she's getting away, but not too far. And I'm really excited for her. She asked me last night, Dad, am I a first generation college kid? Like, no. I have a 2-year degree. Your mom has a 4-year degree. Your grandfather has a master's degree. Like, no. I don't know where that came from. Like, she knew that. Like, she knows we have degrees. But she graduated with honors, which was awesome. I did not have that experience. I've said before, and I've said it a lot actually over my life, that I graduated with a 1.2. That was my GPA. I think that might be wrong. As I was thinking about it for this, I feel like 1.7 was the correct number. Regardless, it was less than a 2.0, which is, who gives a dang, between 1.2 and 1.7. They're both terrible. I graduated with a very bad GPA. I was not inclined to school, and I knew I wasn't going to go to college. Because at that point, I just wanted to be a software developer, and colleges weren't teaching software development classes that mattered, right? At that point in time in the 90s, skill was way more valuable than a college degree. Nowadays, it still kind of is, but employers really want that. They want to see that degree. For her though, like, liberal arts, she wants to do theater, and you don't necessarily have to go to college for theater, but I think college gives a very good theater experience, and she's minoring in education because she's also considering being a theater teacher. She likes that aspect of the thing as well. So she ultimately wants to perform, but she has a very clear picture of her future and knows that having a fallback plan, maybe being a theater teacher while working towards being a performer, or going for the performer, like chasing her dream and then having a fallback plan, that's important, right? So I think she's going to do very, very well at this school, and I hope the best. It was a really wonderful ceremony, and they live streamed it, so some other people got to watch, and it was just a really nice time. And I'm really, really happy for her, really excited for her to move on and live a bigger life that she's always dreamed about. I've talked a lot about it on the show before, that I grew up in the same. Everybody who grows up in a small town, we're talking less than 20,000 people in this town. The dream is to just go someplace where there's more opportunity. Even a town that has 100,000 people has way more opportunity than a town that has 20. There's just nothing here. There's no arcades. There's no live music. There's no nothing. You want to see something, you have to drive somewhere else. And so she's always lived the dream. She's carried that dream of, I want to leave this place. And I did too. And I did it. And I came back and was like, I like this place. Like, I like the slow life. But I am starting to get wanderlust. Just because I realize, going someplace like even a smaller city like Pittsburgh has, if you look up on, what is there to do tonight, there's 30 things every single day of every single year. Whereas here it's like, oh, if in 6 months somebody's coming to Morgantown, I can see. So I get it. I'm starting to see it. But I've also lived most of my adult life not having opportunities to go do things because I just couldn't afford it. But I could now if I wanted to. So, yeah. Anyway, enough about me. This is more about her. Super proud of her. She's an amazing kid, and she's turned out to be a pretty amazing person, pretty amazing adult. I think she's going to be a very strong woman, and I know that she's going to absolutely achieve whatever she decides she's going to achieve, because she is multi-talented. She's not just a performer. She's also an artist. She's also a musician. I mean, I guess musician is a form of performance, but she approaches new projects with fierce passion, and I think that's really important for everything, right? And she finishes things, even when they suck. Thankfully, she did not inherit my don't finish it gene. What'd you do this weekend? Anything exciting? Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is recondite. It is an adjective meaning beyond typical knowledge and understanding. For most people, opera, polo, and fine wine remain recondite subjects. Recondite, R-E-C-O-N-D-I-T-E. That's a good word. Beyond typical knowledge and understanding. So uncommon would be uncommon knowledge. Recondite. Ooh, I'm going to have to use that one.